Welcome back to the Delaware Way. The medicinal value, the therapeutic value of animals relating with humans has been well established, but not everybody has a pet in their home, and that's where Lynne Robinson comes in. She's the Executive Director of PAWS for People. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for asking us to be here.
What is PAWS for People?
We are an organization, a nonprofit volunteer organization that trains people like you and your dog, if you happen to have, do you have a dog?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so you and your dog to be able to go in and do a very therapeutic, happy, joyful visit with somebody maybe in a nursing home, maybe in a hospital. We work with kids. We do a lot of different kinds of visits, but basically it's to provide them with therapy as far as joy or comfort or just happiness in their life.
So your volunteers could be anyone with a pet. You specifically a dog?
No, we have bunnies and we have kitty cats also. Anybody with paws. So that's where the PAWS for People comes from. We don't do hooves and we don't do claws, we just do paws. But it can be anyone that has a lovely, affectionate pet that they want to share. So the person has to be nice and the animal also has to be very people-oriented.
It's fascinating that it can be anybody that has a certain type of pet. They then would have to go to schools and hospitals and senior centers. Where else?
Well, we do a lot of work in libraries. We have a reading program cleverly entitled PAWS for People and PAWS for Reading, and the children read to the dogs. So it really lessens their self-consciousness and increases their self-confidence. And they just, a lot of kids are afraid to read out loud, but if you're reading to a dog here, they don't have that angst. But we also go to psychiatric.
You keep pointing to that. We should point out
I know.
that this is not a real dog.
This is not a real dog. This is the dog I had to bring because I didn't want to cook my dog in the car while he was waiting for me for an earlier appointment. So this is Thera that we use during training to do demonstrations and that kind of thing.
Yeah, because people at home might thought, well, it's just a very well-behaved dog,
yeah,
but no.
Very well behaved and doesn't offer anything else except a big smile, a big happy smile.
What do you see as the therapeutic value?
I call it the most elegantly simple therapy because it doesn't cost much, it doesn't involve that much, but it provides almost anything a person would need. In other words, if somebody is feeling really anxious, and you're petting a dog, it physiologically calms you down because of the endorphins that are being produced in your body. If somebody's feeling down and depressed, seeing a dog, everybody smiles, everybody's happy. Even if you just see a dog, and I don't even have to pet a dog. But I mean, I could give you 3 pages of benefits. In the very beginning when I started PAWS for People, which was in 2005, that was 12 years ago, and basically there wasn't as much emphasis on pets being in our lives as there are today. Now we have many, many more studies that prove that pet therapy is actually helpful and is actually, as you said, medicinal.
Does it help in the small doses that you're doing? I mean, rather than having a dog there all the time?
Nobody ever asked me that question, and that's a very, very good question. Yes, it does. I think if somebody just walks by and sees a dog and smiles and keeps on going, there is, first of all, chemical reactions in their body that happen, but it's also a whole frame of mind. It's like, things lighten up a little bit. At the Helen Graham Cancer Center, when you have a lot of people getting infusions sitting back in their big chairs, I've been told that just when a dog walks into that place, that everybody lightens up. The staff gets happier, people smile, even people watching other people receiving the benefits individually. It just happens. It's a wonderful, miraculous kind of thing.
But from that, is it a greater benefit to have a dog there all the time?
Well, yes. It would be lovely. I mean, it's great to have a real dog with you all the time, but that can't be. So we're like
it can't be in certain situations like the cancer center that you were just talking about. And so you bring that joy in doses.
We do.
Because that's all that's available at that.
Now, we have several of our members, and we have over 500 members in our organization, but several of them are either licensed psychologists, psychiatrists, etc., that actually take their own dogs into their practice, so that when they're working with their patients, their dog is there on a regular basis. But most of us are not in that kind of situation. So for me, I go to the hospital and I take my dog to the hospital with me, and we visit from patient to patient.
And this isn't just for Delaware. This is for the expanded area.
PAWS is in New Jersey, Maryland, Pennsylvania, and Delaware. But there are pet therapy organizations all across the country.
So we have
Thank
two people
goodness.
that you need to reach, people that may need your services that would
Yes.
love to contact you for that, or people that would like to volunteer
Absolutely.
and be a part of it. How do they
Yes,
do that?
Thank you. They just call PAWS for People. They can go on our website, which is cleverly called pawsforpeople.org, because we're an organization, or they can dial the number. Shall I say the number?
Sure.
Okay, it's 302-351-5622, and Laura will answer the phone and help. And there's a very simple process about getting involved and coming to orientation and training, and then getting placed where one wants to go.
Great. It was great to talk to you.
Thank you.
Thank you so
very
much for coming in. Lynne Robinson, Executive Director of PAWS for People. And let's go fishing next. When we come back, how fishing can help kids in schools when the Delaware Way continues.